Lawyers who care, convenient, affordable, respectful, and experienced. For over 20 years, we have helped thousands throughout the Hudson Valley, New York City, and Long Island. We work 100% for the 99%. For a free consultation with an experienced attorney, call or text us at 212-766-1100. And yes, we speak Spanish.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back. This is Millennium TV 24, Money Talks, and I am your host, Cynthia Abbott, your financial coach, your financial advisor on the way to financial independence. Yes, we're still building this financial house. We're still getting your financial home in order. But remember, last week I spoke about Life Insurance Awareness Month. September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. So this series on life insurance will continue throughout the month. So stay tuned. Make sure you have your pen, your paper ready. Take great notes, because my responsibility to you is to make sure you're well informed so you can make the right decisions on properly protecting your loved ones. Because life insurance is one of the greatest investments that you could make in your lifetime. I repeat, life insurance is one of the greatest investments that one can make in their lifetime. Last week, I gave you examples of term versus whole life. Whole life, cash value. So here are the three never buy whole life insurance, variable life insurance, universal life insurance, index universal life insurance. Never buy cash value insurance. Never. It doesn't help for your future. You never want to bundle your life insurance and your investment in one basket. Never. So until you understand the difference, I'm just happy that you bought something. I'm just happy that you really care enough about your family, your loved one, in order to be able to provide for them. You went out there and you purchased a policy because that's what you want for your family. However, the person or individual that sold you that policy, if you're listening today, and you have a universal life insurance, you have a whole life insurance, you have a variable life insurance. They call it cash value life insurance. In my opinion, you did the right thing for your family by trying to protect them. However, you were sold on a dream. So go back, revisit it. If you don't believe what I'm saying, read the fine prints or ask a financial professional that really care about you and your family's future. Yes, I know some people say, well, Cynthia, my friend sold this to me, or my family friend sold this to my family member. Well, I can tell you one, that is a fact. The first 3 to 4 years of that premium goes in the pocket of that person that sold it to you. Doesn't go into your savings. And God forbid you pass away, your loved one will get the life insurance component, but not your cash value? Why is it that someone would want to save their money and then have to borrow it if they need it? I call it trash value because that's what it is. You should never have to save your money and then borrow your own money and pay it back with interest. And if you don't pay it back, they will reduce the face amount, which is the death benefits. So please go back and watch last week's session. This week, I'll give you some numbers and more facts about buying the right type of coverage to protect your loved one. And it should be called income protection, as I said, income protection. I'm praying one day it will be changed. It will no longer be called life insurance. It will be called income protection, because until you understand that it's there for a period of time, God forbid you become an angel too soon, your loved ones are protected. So just to recap, the theory of decreasing responsibilities. When your children are grown, you're not really responsible for them anymore. But when they're younger, in the younger years, when you don't have a lot of money, you need to have the most coverage. When your children are grown, you have the least amount of coverage because your debt is lower, house mortgage hopefully is paid off. So when you're 80 years old, you're 90 years old, you can't take a life insurance policy to the supermarket and ask them for food. They will get security. You need money. So in the later years, you need money. In the younger years, you need a lot of coverage. And term life insurance is the best type of coverage, in my opinion, that can protect your family, that can make sure you have the right insurance in place. God forbid you become an angel too soon. Because people don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. Wouldn't you agree? All right, so let's go into the numbers. A couple months ago, I talked about the tracking poll of middle income Americans from one of the top financial firms in North America. In this poll, I'll give you some statistics. Nearly everyone have noticed increasing costs of goods and services. This includes gas, 94%, local homes prices, 92%, groceries, 91%, housing costs, 90%, restaurants, bars, 84% increase. Healthcare, 80%, entertainment, movies, sporting goods, concerts, 75%, taxes, 73%, and childcare costs, 73%. So, in August of 2021, this survey found that 65% of middle-income families feel positive about their current financial situation. However, 65% say their income is falling behind the cost of living. The highest rating that this tracking poll have ever noticed was August of 2021. So the numbers don't lie. Concerns about paying for food and groceries have grown from 12% to 17%. In the past year, 91% say that the cost of groceries has gone up recently. Now I know, you've been to the supermarket. These numbers don't lie. The cost of bread, the cost of milk, the cost of bread, eggs, and milk has gone up tremendously. That's when you know that the cost of food have risen, because those are things that most households purchase, right? Milk, bread, and eggs. There was a time when bread was 50 cents. You can't buy bread now. I mean, I mean, if you buy a great loaf of bread, it costs you $3 or more. So if the cost of groceries and the cost of goods are increasing, that means inflation is at a rise. So if you're not protecting your loved one against these things, how do you keep up with inflation? You can't. Among middle income families, now this poll have noted that last September, backtrack to this August, about the same amount of middle class Americans stated that their personal finances are in good shape. The personal finances, they said they're in good shape. 64% last September, 65% this August. And last September, 61% amongst the middle income families, they stated that their emergency funds to cover an expense of $1,000 or more stays the same. So just to give you more facts, more would run out of money to meet their basic needs. What are the basic needs? We talked about the basic needs: food, shelter, clothing. Within 3 months, they or their family's primary breadwinner, if they lost their job or passed away, they would have run out of money within 3 months. Last September, 51%, based on the poll that was taken, this was what they stated, 51%. This August, 54%. So those numbers have risen. And more say their income is falling behind the cost of living. Your income is falling behind the cost of living. How do you keep up? How do you catch up? So having the proper guidance, the proper information to make sure that your income is keeping pace with inflation is important. Last September, 50% stated that their income is falling behind the cost of living. This August, 65%. Now this poll is based on middle income families. Fewer anticipate being financially better off a year from now. Last September, 32%. This August, 18% of these families feel that a year from now they'll be better off with their finances. And fewer people are saving enough for a comfortable retirement. Because last September, this poll showed that middle class Americans, 31%, felt comfortable about saving for their retirement. As opposed to this August, only 22% feel comfortable in saving for retirement. These are real and serious problems, wouldn't you agree? So who is talking to middle class Americans about these issues? Who is going into their households, sitting with them at the kitchen table, talking with them over, Zoom about their finances and making sure you're thinking about their future and keeping that in mind, that you care about them, not just giving them a product, but putting the proper plan in place for them. Who's doing that? There's only one top financial firm in North America that I can tell you that is doing the right things for families. Now, more feel it would be difficult to save for the future. 54% last year versus this year, 63%. See, the numbers are rising because the cost of living is rising and the income is not moving, it's staying the same. It's not keeping pace with inflation. So here's what we need to understand. Having your money work for you is so important. And as a financial advisor, I teach people how to make their money work for them, how to make money and how to save money. Now, if you don't have enough money to keep up with the inflation, to save for retirement, to have enough income to make sure your families are properly protected, I am here to tell you that there is help, because I have been helping many families and individuals who want to make additional income. And my challenge to you, if you really want to keep up with inflation and have another source of income, then you will continue to listen to my voice, continue to watch the show, and I can sit down and give you more information about what's necessary. Which financial vehicle can you use to get you to your goal? Because your goals and dreams are important to me. Your goals and dreams is something that is key. And having the proper foundation is key in building your financial home. We'll be taking a short commercial break. Stay tuned. I'll be right back with more about this financial monitor of middle-class Americans and how their income is affected by inflation. See you in a minute.
What does a Regis divorce, a Regis bankruptcy, and a Regis personal injury claim have in common? Regis lawyers. Lawyers who care, convenient, affordable, respectful, and experienced. For over 20 years, we have helped thousands throughout the Hudson Valley, New York City, and Long Island. We work 100% for the 99%. For a free consultation with an experienced attorney, call or text us at 212-766-1100. And yes, we speak Spanish.
Millennium TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
Yes, so as we talk about the tracking poll of middle income Americans, this survey was done by the top financial firm in North America. I'm so excited to bring you the facts, to bring you the information that you will need in order to make the right decision for you and your families, because you're important. You are important. You matter. So you need to know the facts. So, question for you. Are families equipped with financial information they need? Well, I'll tell you, based on this poll that was done, more than 75% of families remain confident in their knowledge of financial fundamentals. The fundamentals such as being able to get good credit, budgeting, savings. However, responding to this poll were less confident in their ability to set up their individual retirement account. The IRAs, 58% confident. Okay. Buying life insurance, 62% were confident. And investing in stocks, only 42% are confident about investing in stocks. Only 41% of these respondents knew where to find a financial professional who could provide them with assistance. That's a low number. As a financial professional, I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, YouTube. You can find me anywhere, because I know that there are people out there that's looking for someone who cares about their interests. So they're looking, and we must make sure that we, as financial professionals, are keeping our family's best interests at heart. Question: are families protecting their financial future with life insurance? That was one of the poll questions. Here's the answer. About half, 53% of individuals report having their life insurance through work or that they pay for themselves. 19% have life insurance policies outside of work of $10,000 or less. And only 10% have policies between $100,000 and $300,000. And only 4% have policies worth more than $400,000. So, of those who currently don't have life insurance policies outside of work, 10% say that they are more interested in finding out about purchasing life insurance because of COVID-19 experience. Now, wouldn't you agree that COVID-19 has opened up the eyes of many people who weren't thinking about putting their personal finances in order, getting their affairs in order? I mean, we've had storms, we've had tornadoes, hurricane in places that we've never had before. You know, these things happen, right? People are driving home from work, from the supermarket or wherever, and died in their cars. Who would have thought? They woke up that morning, went out. They've never thought they would have died. My condolences to all those families out there. So the key is to plan now, because disasters do happen. We just never know when. We never know when. Life is a flicker. I know you don't want to talk about life insurance, but it's a must. And that is why I believe we should call it income protection again. So let's talk about what is term life. I know I talked a little bit about it last week, but I want to drive this home, so stay tuned. Term life insurance. I'm going to go right into it. It is the easiest to understand. Basically, the policy you purchase provides coverage for a specific period of time, term of years. Now, I'm not talking about whole life. I'm talking about term life, because whole life is trash. If any financial professional offer you a whole life policy, a universal life policy, a variable life policy, an index universal life policy, run for your life. Run. I would never touch a whole life policy with a 10-foot pole, and I would never sell it to a family. It's just not the proper protection. So term life covers you for a specific amount of years. If the person dies within that term, if your policy is paid up, it's current, just like your auto insurance. If you pay it and you have an accident, your car gets repaired. However, if you're not current on your payment, your policy lapses. So term life insurance works the same way. Your beneficiary, the person you named as the person who would get this amount if you pass away prematurely, they would get that money. This type of insurance typically allows you to initially purchase more insurance coverage for less money, less premium on a monthly basis. You can pay monthly just like your auto insurance. You could pay quarterly. You could pay semi-annually, or you could pay annually. So great to pay it off annually because you pay less. So let me tell you, my philosophy, the company I work with, all we do is make sure that you buy term insurance and you save the difference. Separate your eggs. You have basket A and basket B, not all in one, because when one part is broken, the entire thing it has to get fixed, right? So you only get one. For example, I have a dual washer and dryer. Thought about that this morning because I said, wait, my washing machine is no longer working. My dryer is working. So I have to replace the entire unit. Bought two things, right? One get broken, you can only use one. That's whole life insurance. So let's think about term. It's simple, it's cheaper, it's pure protection. And some people may ask, here are some frequent questions I want to go over. One of them is one question frequently asked: what's the big deal about life insurance? Well, it's income protection again. The big deal is that you may be wondering, do I even need life insurance? Well, I'm here to tell you, if you have someone dependent on your income, if you have anybody, it doesn't matter who it is, depending on your income, you have an obligation to make sure you have life insurance in place. That the responsibilities of your debt, if you have debt, mortgage, student loan is one of the biggest debt. You have a student loan, you have your child, you co-sign for them, you make sure you have life insurance. God forbid something happened to them, you're still responsible for that debt. So you need to make sure you handle that. If the person dies, you need to make sure that you have life insurance, income protection. Yes, you need it. It's a big deal. It's like a substitute for your income. I can't say more. Income protection again. Have you ever calculated how much you've earned throughout your lifetime? Typically, over the course of your working years. And some of you may say, of course, I know. I've earned a fortune. Yes, I've earned a fortune. Did I keep a fortune? No. However, the potential risk of losing that earning power, you need to fund your family's biggest goals, like purchase a house, pay for your children college education, pay off those student loans, again, those credit card, any type of debt, and also saving for retirement, right? Those goals, especially at the early or midpoint of your years, your early years, it makes sense for you to have life insurance coverage. It's necessary to have life insurance coverage. Here's another frequently asked question. And my guests they have so many questions, but I will only talk about a few questions today. Life Insurance Awareness Month, I will talk about more of those questions next session. There's another question. What kind of life insurance should you buy? That's a question. What type? No, you want to know, you're wondering. Well, my answer to you, my opinion to you, my honest answer again is you need term life insurance. Why? Because there's a common misconception about life insurance. That some people think they need life insurance for their whole life. That they need permanent insurance. You don't. Think about the theory again of decreasing responsibility. Your children are grown. At retirement, you don't need life insurance. So if you can invest your monies and never put your investment in a life insurance, please don't. I know these agents are telling you that you will take it tax-free. Bogus. Make your money work for you. You can increase your purchasing power if you put your money in a separate vehicle, in the right vehicle for your money to grow. Would you rather 3% growth? Or would you rather at 8 or 9 or 10 or 12%? Rates are not guaranteed, but I can tell you, rates have been more up. Interest rate have been more up than down on stocks. So if your money is in the right vehicle, you can become self-insured, because that's my goal. My goal is to get you to financial independence. When you're financially secure and you're financially independent, do you need life insurance? So you understand now, it's for a temporary period of time when your children are young, when you have those responsibilities, those high debt. You don't need it for your whole life. You become self-insured. You don't need it. So you buy term and invest. The difference. It's pure protection, guys. It is pure. There is no hidden agenda. Just like your car, your home insurance, fire insurance. In the event there's a fire in your house, right? You have that protection. It covers it. The same thing with term life insurance. I cannot drive this home any further, but I need you to understand. Kiplinger. This was a survey done by Kiplinger. For most people, term life makes the most sense, and dollar for dollar gives you the most protection for your money. So, I hope that answered your question. What kind of life insurance should you buy? Term life insurance. Here's another question, frequently asked question. Isn't group insurance through work enough? Oh, I love this question. Great question. I mean, these are great questions. I love these questions. Keep them coming. When I return from commercial break, then I will give you the answer to that group life insurance versus having your personal life insurance. Stay tuned, everyone. Thank you.
What does a Regis divorce, a Regis bankruptcy, and a Regis personal injury claim have in common? Regis lawyers. Lawyers who care, convenient, affordable, respectful, and experienced. For over 20 years, we have helped thousands throughout the Hudson Valley, New York City, and Long Island. We work 100% for the 99%. For a free consultation with an experienced attorney, call or text us at 212-766-1100. And yes, we speak Spanish.
All right, welcome back, folks. I am fired up to provide you with more valuable information. This question, frequently asked question, isn't group insurance through work enough? Great question. No, it's not enough. Most employers carry a group life insurance for their employees. If that's the case for you, it is necessary to own an individual policy, a personal policy. Group life insurance can play a role in protecting your family, yes, financially, but it's only a small part of that protection. Group life insurance typically only covers 1 to 2 years of your salary. 1 to 2 years. Okay? So if you make $50,000 a year, you may get $50,000, or if it's 2 years, you may get $100,000. It's owed to you by your employer, and usually only covers you for a while you're employed. If you leave that job or you get laid off, oh, God forbid you become disabled, you get sick and you're out of work 6 months or longer, in most cases, they drop you. At that point, you may not be eligible for life insurance because it's an employer-sponsored plan. You're not in control of it. Your employer's in control of it. So you must get your own personal life insurance. If they give you something at work, take it. Why not? Right? Especially if you don't have to pay for it. Take it. So with a premium right? Let's say that you leave the job and you're paying $5 for your work insurance. Now, at the age where you are, because you at the attained age, now you need to convert it over to your individual policy. You would have to get qualified for it at that point, and based on your age, height, weight, and your medical history. So if everything is all good, you will be paying a lot more. So it's important to make sure that you have that in place. Here's another key question. How much life insurance do you need? Great question. See these questions, guys? Thank you. These questions are great. I must agree. If your family is like most, the answer to that question is more than you currently have. The rule of thumb is to have 10 times more, 10 times the individual, annual salary, 10 times. That's the rule of thumb. If you can't afford 10 times, I usually sit down with my client and determine how much they need based on information that they provide to me, because you need to know other financial questions. You need to have other financial answers to those questions about the household finances to know exactly how much you need. But the rule of thumb says 10 times the policy owner's salary. So I tend to do a needs analysis so that I can show you how much you really need. And let me tell you, when you find out how much you really need, if you cannot afford it, it can be customized to meet your budget. That's what I do. I make sure that it meets your budget, because why pay for something and get it established if you can't afford it? It makes no sense. So I tend to sit down, gather that information from my clients, and make sure that it's within their budget. And if it's not, and they truly in the bottom of their heart, they have to have this life insurance, because this is like pay yourself first. It's paying your life insurance first and putting away some money for retirement. That's paying yourself first. That's making sure that your family is properly protected. Everything else is secondary. You need to pay that life insurance, comes what may. So I provide an opportunity for them to work with me and get part-time income to pay for their coverage, because some people just don't have it to free up in that budget, right? So why not take an opportunity where you can work part-time, even if it's 5 hours per week, make that extra income to be able to pay for that life insurance. Because most of the families I work with, their heart is so big. They love their family so much that if they were to pass away, and if they could come back and look at their family and see them in a better position than they left them, they will rest peacefully. But if they come back and they're able to see their family suffering just because their income is no longer there to provide for them, they would not rest peacefully. So they make sure they pay for their life insurance, their income protection. They understand it, because once you receive the information, I always say knowledge is powerful, but it's not powerful if you don't apply it. So at the tone of my voice, hopefully you're taking notes, please, I am challenging you this month, Life Insurance Awareness Month, to get your affairs in order. Get them in order. Get the facts and put them in order. What if you could free up an extra $300 by having the right type of coverage for your family? What would you do with that? What if you could free up an extra, let's say $100? What could you do with that? You could invest that, put it in the right investment vehicle so it can grow for you, as opposed to having it bundled with your life insurance, which is not working for you. You must read and understand. And a lot of times, I understand, yes. Before I went to life insurance school to get my license, no, I did not understand the lingo. And that is why I sit down and I say to someone, don't believe what I'm telling you. Bring me the policy, send it to me, and I will break it down to you line for line. Because hypothetical is one thing, guaranteed is another. Make sure you get a professional to read the fine print. Someone who cares about you, and sometimes you just never know. But it's like going to the doctor. The doctor say you have some type of medical illness, right? And you want to get a second opinion because you may have to have surgery and you're not sure if you want to have that surgery. Think of your life insurance the same way. You may need a second opinion and a third opinion to make sure it's right for you. You may need someone to read the fine print. You may need to have it checked. See, that's your foundation of your financial home. It needs to be proper. It needs to be the safest part of your plan, because disasters do happen. Procrastination is not your friend, my friend. People sometimes delay purchasing life insurance, even though it exists to protect their loved ones. They just delay. A lot of times it's because lack of information, because their financial person that they're listening to is not a professional. If your coworker, your mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, or uncle is not licensed professional to give you that guidance, I don't think you should take their guidance as to what's right for your family, because you need someone who understands the industry, understand those lingo, understand what it is to properly be insured. So don't procrastinate. So it's uncomfortable to consider what could happen to those that we truly care about. Personally, I've had many family members died and not have life insurance. I don't want that to happen to you. It's not a great feeling. It's not. And it sets you back every time you have to take money away from what you're saving for your future to take care of those expenses. And what if they have small children? Now you have a financial cost that you was not anticipating, because those children, you have to take care of them. They have needs. Some people have the mistaken belief that there is no hurry. Trust me, it's a hurry, because life is a flicker again. We just never know. We're here today, gone today. Used to say, here today, gone tomorrow. No, here today, gone today. We don't know what tomorrow may bring. So yes, you must be in a hurry. Procrastination is not your friend. In fact, the younger you are, the better physical shape you're in, the less expensive life insurance will be. I've had individuals had coverages. They were paying $300 plus for. Sat down with them, was able to look at their financial needs, broke it down to them, and they were able to now pay $80 a month, $90 a month, $100, depending on the age. The younger you are, the cheaper it is. Term life is simple. They were able to free up that money and then put it in a separate vehicle so that it can grow to become self-insured. Once you're self-insured, you no longer need life insurance, not for the rest of your life. So having someone you can sit down with, face to face or virtually. Well, nowadays, the Zoom world, right? Face to face or virtually. It beats you going online trying to find information. There is so much information online. Your head will be spinning and you don't have someone to answer your questions, because you just went off whatever you saw online. You thought that was the best thing and you purchased it. But guess what? It's the family, your family that you're leaving behind, that suffers, They shouldn't have to suffer because you try to do the right thing. So get the right information, get the facts, speak with someone. So the questions will be answered. And then you'll have a live person. I have my clients, I say, listen, I go to bed at 12 midnight, call me anytime. No, I don't work 9 to 5 because I work for myself. So you can call me 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You will find a live person to answer your questions. You will find a live person to call in case your loved one passed away. And listen, in this industry, there are companies, and I love the company I work with because within 14 days, 91% of death claims are paid out within 14 days. So it's key. So in wrapping up, just to let you know, the key is to have the proper protection, income protection in place. Get the facts. Get someone who really care about you and your family's future to make sure that you have the proper plan in place. Do not procrastinate. Life is short. See you next week. This is Millennium TV 24 in sponsorship with Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon TV, and all your smart TVs. Download the app on your Android or your iPhone and catch us on YouTube. Money Talks. I am your host, Cynthia Abbott. See you next week, same time, same place. Have a safe week. Thank you for watching.